So, we got something wrong here. This lens is way too loose. I suspect she's broken up top. We are going to have to get in here and zip some of this apart in order to access. Let's see what we got. So, the taillight problem with the 57 Parade. This is the taillight that came out of it. It's a beautiful, correct Chrysler with the CHRCH, no stress cracks. But the top piece, somebody had attempted to fix it. So I got into my box of spares, and here's one that I bought in, what's that say, 2018, and that's what that top is supposed to look like. So I'm going to put this one aside and maybe we can repair it. But in the meantime, I will polish and install this one. Moving on to the Parade 300C. This, of course, is the taillight bezel that came off of it. I'm looking to see what I have for candidates that are good that I would send out for replating, because the car is real good, but like this is the passenger side. See, she got some good pits. So I've got my spare drivers. I think I'm going to send this one out. I have bundled up the taillight housings and sent them off to advanced plating. The return is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 16 to 18 weeks. So I need to put something in the holes in the meantime. I have this spare housing, and it's got some pits, and so I dressed up, I cleaned it. It'll be good enough just to fill the hole. And the lens, I really like this stuff. For instance, I got to do the other side, the passenger side, and you probably won't be able to tell the difference in the lens before and after, but this is a good lens. On 57s, you want to be real careful about this. If you screw this in too tight at the top, you can crack that. Okay, well, so you take the Novus number 2, give her a shake. That is all you want to put on one half of it. Then take a clean cloth and go to town. This is the difference after just a few minutes. Now see this area right here? That's an area I haven't done. But this is all the rest of it I have on this side. So, there you go. Now that's just this half. I have not done the center part, and I have not done this side yet. But the difference is pretty substantial. Glow Bright made a bunch of replacement lenses. You can tell Glow Brights because they don't say CHRCH on them. Here's an interesting question. Which letter car had more taillight surface area? Obviously this is quite a bit, but I wonder if the L maybe didn't have more square inches. Anyway, I always thought this was a wonderful shaped taillight. And I always figured that they shrank them for 58 because they just had too many square inches in 57 that they were trying to eliminate. And by going to a smaller lens in 58, they would end up with a brighter taillight. Who knows? There you are. She's ready to go in. I will do the backup lens next. Same treatment. There is a final step for Novus, which involves, well, all right, what does it involve? Plastic, clean and shine. I don't use it. This ends up right where I want them. So, shut up and get back to work. And there's your backup light done. If you've got lots of time on your hands, you can do the inside of these, and that will increase the clarity. If you're also interested in increasing the intensity of the light bulb without switching to halogen, this area in here, this reflective surface, it's real good on this one. I won't touch it. But there was a paint I used to get from Eastwood called reflective aluminum, and I would spray the inside of this. It really brings it up, and then whatever illumination you're coming out from the bulb will just be increased because of the bright reflective surface. This one is also very good. I won't touch it. And this little felt T goes down in here. It's a wick for draining the water out of here. That's where she's supposed to go. By the way, if you have deep scratches in these, I've never been able successfully to get the scratches out. You know, you go at them with aggressive polish. There is a coarse version of this, number 3, and depending on the scratch, maybe you can get some of it out. For me, the way to fix scratches is to buy a better lens. Back to work. Well, it took all morning, but we got her done. So we'll wait now for the other ones to come back, and then we'll do the procedure again. These are good enough to fill in the holes. And, presentable from 10 feet and functional. So now we move on to other stuff. What's next? And here we go. This is parking lights. And so that will do for now. You can see that there is stress cracking in this old lens, but these are temporaries. So I've got a burned out 1157 in that taillight. Here she is, but notice how flat the contacts are compared to the new bulb. You see how these things are so raised? Well, when I go to put this in that socket, and you find it won't turn, it's because these bumps are too high and they got to be sanded off. So if you get stuck wondering, why the heck can't I get this light bulb to fix? It's probably this. These are the brake lights. I bypassed the switch. Yeah, they are nice and bright. By the way, on the installation of these taillights, up in here there is a threaded hole, which will be for the top of the light. As you can see, this is a new old stock lens, never been installed. There's no thread inside there. You can also see there's not a lot of meat around that. So you don't want to be torquing on that little bitty screw that goes in here. And you don't want to go too awful deep with that screw either. So put some washers under the head of the mounting screw, and that will limit the depth, and you can end up with a nice tight lens. Now this lens is loose because it has cracked out at the top. And this is for me is just a temporary while these are out for re-chrome. See, this one is dead tight, and that's because this section up in here has not cracked through. This is a good lens.